Hey, what's up, YouTube? I wanted to create a video today about my first impressions on the character that just came out in Tekken 8, kunimitsu. I feel as though she's an okay character with some strengths and some weaknesses as well. I feel as though like her strengths would probably be like being like a very tricky character, like how Yoshi and Ling Xiaoyu is, where it's like this character's hard to play against until you finally like learn the matchup. But I feel as though this is not a hard matchup to learn just off of the simple fact her pressure is not as strong as other characters in my opinion. I feel as though like Lydia's pressure is way stronger than hers. Like Victor, King, I believe these characters have way more tools than she do. And I feel as though like this character's not as OP as some people like said she was gonna be. That's just how I feel after playing her like for like a couple of hours, probably maybe like I think I played her for like about an hour or two. And I feel as though like she's kind of a character that fits me well. She's not hard. She has kind of like tricky stuff. Her combos are kind of fun. She kind of reminds me of like how Mary Zoe is like when she first came out. Mary Zoe got some like crazy stuff that can like kind of like launch you and kind of mix you up. But the character, I wouldn't say the character is overpowered or the character is too oppressive to the point where it's frustrating. I feel as though if you lost, like you probably just guessed it wrong a little bit. It's not like okay, this character just hit you with a low, or this character just hit you with like a strong plus on block mid, and now you're guessing constantly over and over again. That's this character don't work like that. But this character does have good plus frame running moves though, but that can easily be sidestepped if you know the matchup. But like outside of that, like her back turn, like she don't really have like too much good mid. She don't her mids is not bad, but I would say the problem with her mids that she have is that none of her mids is that good enough to put her in back turn. I think her back turn stance is really good. It's not super oppressive like other characters' back turns like Feng Wei, but it's good enough to like if you're plus enough on block that it is dangerous to like have your like back turn to a character. Like it's really like dangerous like with this character for real. Because like her mix ups and she can launch you if you decide to duck while she's in back turn stance. But I feel as though they balanced that out by not giving her any oppressive mids to they turn into back turn. So basically what you gotta do is like trying to like whiff punish people with maybe like 4-1 and then go into back turn stance or try to use 4 crouch 1+2. 4 crouch 1+2 work. Sidestep 2 work. Or you could just automatically, or you could just manually with back 3+4, you could just manually go into back turn, which ain't bad. But I believe this character is not gonna be
Get ready for the
a
next
cheesy
battle.
character. It's not gonna be a cheese character. It's not gonna be like how Hihachi was when he first came out. It's not gonna be like how AK was when he first came out. It's not gonna be like Eddie when he first came out. Because I feel as though those DLC characters when he first came out is way stronger than the Kunimitsu in my opinion. Even though Kunimitsu got some decent panic buns, she really do only have like a few tools in neutral to really like help her save out, like compared to like other characters like because Reina she has that 442, which is like it's a stupid freaking mid. To me, in my opinion, I feel like there should be no mid in this game ever that put a person in like a stance where they still force them to guess constantly. I think that's like kind of bad. Like it's kind of like a very like garbage way of like garbage gameplay is very toxic. And I feel as though if you force the most like dishonest way of playing the game, then no matter what character people use, people are just gonna play in the most dishonest way. And when I say by dishonest means like people are not trying to learn the game to like get better at it, like learn like having good blocks and stuff like that and sidestep themselves correctly. They're trying to do the most easiest thing to get the win. So what they do is like spam some cheesy stuff. Like eventually, like as you progress through the game, the cheesy stuff ain't gonna be as strong because all the good players know what the cheese is. But when you get into the point in the game where like when you in like blue ranks and stuff like that, well not blue ranks but like Tekken King and above, people are still spamming cheese because cheese still works. Cheese probably stopped working until you like reaching maybe like the God range, like God 2, 3. Maybe that's when cheese stopped. But I still feel like people still be cheesy even in those ranks. People still be bad. So I don't know. Because Battle Destruction is not as impressive as it was because like Tekken Supreme is still like, even with like all the good players that's in Tekken Supreme right now, it's still kind of easy depending on what character you use. So that's why I say Kunimitsu is not a weak character, but she's not a strong character either because she can still mix you up. Like she's still a very tricky character if you don't know the matchup. So you're still gonna lose based slowly off of you not knowing the matchup. And dealing with characters like that is hard. It's hard to deal with characters where you lose because you don't know the matchup because these are characters that you force to last. And I feel as though, yeah, she's definitely one of the characters that go into that category where you're forced to lab the character out before you start winning against the character. Like this character is going to be a struggle for most players, but I feel as though once people finally do like learn the matchup, then yeah, this character is not going to get played as much. So like in higher God ranks, yeah, this character in my opinion is probably not going to get played too much. But people got to figure out like this is only day 2, so this is only day 2. So I feel as though like people have to play her more, find some new tech. But like as of right now, like I get this character like out of all the DLC characters, I really like her a lot. I think she's really fun. And one day I am gonna make a character tier list like when it comes to like difficulties and stuff like that, and like give you my opinion on every character. So I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.